Welcome to The Field House.
Welcome back to episode. Is this 5?
It's 5.
We're 5. We are 5 years old today. Welcome back. Brand new episode. It's just me and Smitty tonight. Smitty and the Tater.
Let's go.
Ding, 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 ding. What was the Family Guy? The radio show, The Family Guy.
Weenie in the butt.
Weenie in the butt. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's us tonight. We're here. We're live. We're still alive, but we're barely breathing after this weekend.
Man, I tell you.
What was our final record after the weekend?
No, I don't even. It was negative. That's all I know.
It was not good.
Not good.
Saturday was just a bad day for us, and I thought Sunday we were going to get litty. And the dog
Better Sunday than we did Saturday.
Yeah, we got 2 dubs Saturday.
4 and 6 on the weekend.
4 and 6. That's not bad. I mean, we're still probably making a bowl game with that record. Maybe like the GoDaddy Pizza Bowl or something. But not good. Not good. Sunday, the dogs came a howling. I think the Underdogs went. I have to find the record, but they went above 500 Sunday.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Very bad. Very bad. But we're gonna make it up. We're gonna make up for it. We're gonna make up for it this week. A lot of good games this weekend, college wise. Sunday it looks okay. Not many caught my eye Sunday, but I mean, if everybody comes to play like they did last week, we ought to have a good weekend. So we'll recap our locks of the week. It was very ugly. I thought, because we put in the time, we put in the effort to make the last weekend a good weekend, and it wasn't good. My game, Ohio State. I thought Ohio State was going to come out and just destroy Nebraska, just knowing Nebraska and like what they've been doing, but
they've been trash all year.
Yeah, and then, I guess this is just one of those games, Ohio State. I would like to see – I must look up who Ohio State plays next week because I bet they were looking ahead. That just has to be what was going on. Let's see. You had Kentucky money line.
Done with Kentucky. Not touching them again this year. That's twice. Yeah. Twice they burned me.
You can't you just can't. They're just one of those teams that just started out so hot, and
I don't know what happened.
We all put our faith in them, and I thought after the Georgia game, I was like, maybe they'll pick up and they'll finish the.
It was since the Georgia game that they changed. They looked amazing until that Georgia game.
Yeah, and I guess they just thought it was over. I don't know. But we'll get to Tennessee in a minute. But you had the Kentucky money line, wasn't good.
Nope.
Ohio State plays Purdue this week. So they might have been looking ahead of Purdue. They might have been a little scared of Purdue. We'll talk about Purdue.
Purdue shows up in the prime time.
I should have put money on them. I almost did. I think they've beaten how many ranked teams? I'll have to go back and find the picture. But
I forgot the stat. It's
Ohio
up there.
State's next. Ohio State's next. Let's see if they can finish it off.
Should be a good one.
Let's see. Trey had Wake Forest money line. I thought Wake Forest had it all the way, and then
they did.
That was a good game, though.
It was.
North Carolina, I don't know.
If Wake Forest had a defense, they'd easily be the number 2 team in the country.
Oh, yeah. Easily.
That offense is explosive.
They made North Carolina look like a heck of an offensive team. And even though they have some weapons, I don't know. Their quarterback, Sam Hartman, had 2 picks, which that hurt.
Yeah.
He threw 51 passes, and he only completed 25 of them. So a little under 50%. 5 touchdowns, though.
It's all big shots. They take a lot of big shots.
Yeah. Sam Howell had an okay game, 16 for 26, 216 yards, 1 touchdown, but he didn't turn the ball over. But yeah, Wake Forest just that defense, no defense whatsoever.
It was always the over.
I'm curious to see a game between them and Clemson. They play Clemson. Looks like the weekend before Thanksgiving week. So,
Wake or UNC?
Wake. Just between Wake's offense and Clemson's defense. I'm ready to see that matchup.
Yeah, that'll be good.
What do we got here? The over. Austin had the Army and Air Force over.
That son of a gun almost hit that thing.
It almost hit.
He almost hit that.
I mean,
that game has gone
thought he
under,
had
I
it.
think, every single time they've played each other.
Yeah, I was looking at that stat. It's usually a low scoring game, but I feel like this year Army they still do the little option run or whatever, and they still put up points. But he was what I think it was a field goal away.
It was like 5 points, I think. Was it Army or
Touchdown, yeah.
Air Force had it in the goal at the goal line at the end of overtime. All he had to do was catch that ball.
And he gets it. I bet Austin was drooling. Poor guy. What else do we got? We got Kentucky, Ohio State, Wake, Army, and then Dean had UTSA minus 11. That didn't hit.
That did hit.
It did. So that's the one Dean won. Okay. UTSA, that seems like the most trustworthy team.
The Roadrunners are running, baby.
I think this week they are a 33-point favorite over Southern Miss.
Sheesh, that's big.
Very big.
I think they still get it.
Southern Miss, are they playing good?
No.
I don't think they are.
No.
That sucks. I wish Southern Miss could. That was also a circling spot for Miles Brennan to land in the transfer portal.
Southern Miss?
Close to home. Just, I guess, to finish it off, sling that thing.
Talks about him coming to Ole Miss, too.
He can throw. I mean, before he
can.
got hurt, he was on track to put up Burrow records. And, of course, he got hurt, and he got hurt this summer, and he's a good quarterback. He kind of, he gets healthy, and I think anybody that gets him, if he stays healthy, they'll be lucky to have him. I would hate that, though, if he went to Ole Miss. I'd feel bad. I feel like he'd put all that work in. So that was recapping. It just wasn't a good weekend. We got that one win with UTSA. It just wasn't a good weekend for us. I did some homework, though, and I found some locks of the week this week. There's a couple that I think a couple of underdogs in there this weekend that are going to blow up. Let's talk about Tuesday night. The new college football playoff rankings came out during the opening night of college basketball. Glad to see college basketball back. This is Coach K's farewell tour.
Farewell tour.
I mean,
all about Coach K.
That hair is jet black. It hasn't changed colors in the amount of years he's been here. It's going to be all about Coach K. Duke's pretty good, though. I will say that. Duke's pretty good. But I don't really watch college basketball until the conference tournaments.
Me too.
Those late lonely nights I'll turn on SEC Network and I'll randomly watch like a Tennessee, Texas A&M game. That's pretty good. But other than that, not really big into it until the conference tournament. Spring break, dude. That's one of my favorite memories about spring break. Like as younger, like third or fourth grade, is just waking up, no parents, turning on the TV, and remember the Big East tournament in Madison Square Garden will be on.
Oh, yeah.
And Georgetown. Oh, those games used to be so much fun to watch. All right, so college football playoffs. Everybody kind of bumped up. If teams wasn't ranked like UTSA was ranked, were they?
Yeah.
Every team bumped up except Oklahoma. Oklahoma stayed. Poor Oklahoma. They stayed, I think, at 7 or 8. But other than that, I think every team either bumped up, and then obviously Michigan State bumped down. The only thing I took a couple of things. When they do like the final 4 selection, they always do 5 and 6. They never do 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, that's a little odd.
But this week they did it, I guess, just to make people mad about Michigan State or Michigan jumping Michigan State. I think that's what they did.
That was
a plan. It was
just
a
to show that. Yeah.
Georgia's still number 1.
Yeah.
Obviously. And then the surprise to me was Bama still being number 2.
Surprise to me was Cincinnati bumping up to 5 after almost losing this weekend.
If depending on if you're pulling for Cincinnati to make it or not, Cincinnati fans need to realize that they're right where they want to be. Not too high. They went out. Georgia beats Bama in the SEC championship game,
which they will.
Bama has 2 losses. Cincinnati can scoot in there. That's right where they want to be. The expectations are not too high. They slide in with the Bama. Heck, they slide in with any of the top 4 teams loses in the next few weeks. Cincinnati slides in. So they're right where they want to be, in my opinion. They can get mad or whatever, but I think it's right where they want to be. Now, what the big question is, if Bama loses, Bama's still at number 2. Is Bama going to fall 3 or 4 places, or are they going to fall 2 places and maybe wind up at 4? That's what I'm curious to see.
Wind up at 4. They're not letting them out.
At this point, I'm like, there's no way they let them out.
Mm-mm.
And even with 2 losses, people are going to be livid.
I'm shocked that they're number 2 because they are not that explosive as they have been.
No, I mean, we talk about it. This is not their best year, obviously. To me, the only game they looked solid, like all around defense, offense, putting up points, shutting out, was against Miami the opening day.
Yeah.
And since then, they have games where they handle their competition. Then they have weekends like they should have blew LSU out. With all the injuries going on, they should have covered against LSU.
And LSU didn't do anything spectacular.
No.
It was like a normal football game.
The same old, we can barely score, whatever. And I mean, of course, let's see. They kept it tight with Florida. They blew out Ole Miss. A lot of hype with that game. I mean, Lane Kiffin coming to town. Okay, I get that. Blew out State, whatever. Blew out Tennessee. And then they struggle at LSU. Then they got New Mexico State, Arkansas, and Auburn. Alabama-Auburn game might turn out to be a pretty good ball game. They may not make it out.
Is that at home?
It's at Auburn.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
At Auburn.
I may take Auburn there.
Weekend. That's a Saturday after Thanksgiving, the 27th. So I'm curious to see when the lines come out. I'm curious to see that line right there, because I think that's the game. That's a sneaky game. I hope Auburn doesn't win that game, because no matter what, I hate. People hate Alabama, Nick Saban. I don't like Auburn at all, so I don't want to see that happen. Man, that's a kick 6 game right there. I can see that happening. Not really, but that would be awesome if that happened again. So Georgia, Bama, Oregon, Ohio State. To me, I like everything except Bama being number 2. I like Georgia, Oregon, Ohio State, Cincy, in my opinion, Cincinnati. But I'm not an athletic director and can vote on that, so that's not my choice. Oregon looks good. I think if they get a couple of guys back, they can easily win the Pac-12, and I think they're going to secure their spot.
Yeah.
And we'll play a game in a minute that I want to play, and we'll see. It's actually talking about Oregon. Ohio State, Cincinnati 5, and then Michigan and Michigan State. That's where that's another Oregon, Ohio State dilemma for me. Michigan State beat Michigan upright, and here Michigan is ahead of Michigan State.
Yeah. Just because Michigan State lost to an unranked team.
Yes. And I watched a little bit. The athletic director for Iowa, which is also the chairman of the playoff committee or something like that, he says that they thought Michigan was the more complete team. But to me, that doesn't matter. You lost. But I don't know. And who's to say Purdue? I mean, Purdue still has. We got a lot of games left still.
We're only like halfway through.
I know. I wish. I am ready for them to expand the playoffs to hopefully expand the college football season just a little bit.
True, just a little bit.
Maybe take off like one of those stupid conference games that we play, because I feel like I'm talking about the SEC, man. I feel like we play 3 stupid non-conference games. One of those happens to always be maybe homecoming.
That's what was great about the COVID year, was like it was just straight SEC every single weekend. That was awesome.
I say give us one of the cupcake games, and then give us a cupcake game for homecoming maybe, and then take the other game off, and then there's an extra week, I guess you could say. I'm looking at the Purdue schedule. They play Ohio State this weekend, and then they got Northwestern Indiana. So Purdue could cause some chaos with
Yeah.
this game right here. I don't know. I mean, the way Ohio State played last weekend, it could happen. I'm gonna look at the Michigan State schedule. They got Maryland, and then Ohio State and Penn State. So Michigan State may have a tougher road between Penn State and Ohio State.
But it looks good though if they went out with that schedule.
It does. I think if they went out with that,
They might be in
they might
over Ohio State.
They could hop that, yeah. And then Michigan has Penn State this week, and then Ohio State at the end of the year. So some things might get weird in the Big Ten right there with those three teams. But like I said, I think there's always hope for Cincinnati. So that was one of the things I took away was there being 7 teams, showing 7 teams when they just usually show 6. That was odd. And then, like I said, everyone pretty much moved up besides Oklahoma. We'll talk about Oklahoma in a minute. I'm glad to see UTSA moving up. And then the Boilermakers, they are what, 19th now? I think they're 19th. Yeah, 19th. So they went up pretty quick. Got a big game this
who
week.
I thought was about to climb up there was Mississippi State. They were on a hot streak beating ranked opponents.
And then who they played last week?
Arkansas.
And they got beat by Arkansas. Then they just fell off.
Yeah, if they would have beat Arkansas, they would have shot up. Yeah.
So what happened at the end? I saw the State fans complaining about something. Whether it was like a pass interference or something. I don't know. I didn't watch that game.
I don't remember.
Oh well. You got to come. State fans usually got to complain about something, unless it's baseball season.
Unless it's a baseball season.
That was my my favorite thing going on early on in the season when State was losing to somebody, or it was like one of the.
We still got this. We still got.
Yeah,
this.
they said they were like a lot of them were like, I'm kind of regretting praying to the gods for a national championship in baseball instead of football. It's funny, but no, yeah, they're done. They'll probably play Ole Miss tough for a quarter, and then Ole Miss end up blowing them out because Ole Miss probably healthy by then.
Hopefully.
All right, let's play. I want to play a game. Cap or fact? No, cap or crap. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm asking you questions that were posted on the ESPN's college football overreaction. Okay.
Ooh.
All right. So I got 4 questions. So cap or crap? No, cap or fact? Yeah, cap or fact? Because cap's a lot.
Cap would be crap, right?
Yeah, I teach middle school. I should know that.
You
Cap or fact? Okay, the first one. Bama isn't a top 4 team.
That's cap. They're not number 2, but they are a top 4 team.
I can agree with that.
They're 4.
They're 4. They're no higher than 4, in my opinion, from what I've seen so far. So I would say fact on that.
Hanging on to 4. That's what I would say.
Hanging on by a toenail, a curly toenail. Cincinnati will make the playoffs.
Fact.
If they went out,
if they went
fact.
out,
Yes. Like I said, I think if they went out,
there's too much of a push for them. Yeah. If they don't make it, oh my God, the world's going to burn.
Yeah. If they went out, the ball is now in the chairman's sport or the people, the committee, I guess you'd call it, the committee's court. But I see them sliding up no matter what, because I thought SMU was good, and then they kind of slowed down. So I think Cincinnati, it'll be a tight game because Cincinnati haven't playing good the past couple weeks. So we'll see. All right, the next one. Oregon is a lock for the playoffs.
Cap.
Why do you say cap?
They could fall out at any. If we want Cincinnati in, they got to fall a little bit.
I think it's fact because I thought UCLA was good early on, but I had a lot of hope in LSU. So I was like, UCLA looks like a Pac-12 champion. Yeah. But now, whatever. So now I'm saying that, to me, in the Pac-12, there's just not another team that comes close to Oregon. USC maybe, but they're in a coaching carousel right now, and they don't know who. There's just nothing. So that's why I say fact for that one, just because of what's laying ahead for Oregon. Let's see. And then the last one. This one I thought was funny because, anyways, Dan Mullen will be fired from Florida.
Fact. I was talking about this week. That man needs to be watching out for his job.
He does.
They look bad.
They do look bad. Here's what they have going for them, but what I'm going to say may not make sense because the past couple of weeks he has not looked good. Their backup quarterback, what's his name? Number 15. I always forget his name.
The guy that got injured from dancing?
Maybe. What's his dadgum name?
Richardson or something?
Yes. Let's see. Anyways, I think he has potential to be a pretty good quarterback. When he first came into the game, I thought he looked like, I was like, oh crap, Florida might be deadly with this.
What's the starter? Emory Jones?
Emory Jones, yeah.
He's not great. He's not great.
He's not.
I don't know why he's the starter.
Matter of fact, in 2019, LSU's championship year, I was at that game. They played Florida, and they put him in just to, I guess, confuse the defense. And whenever he got in, dude, I was like, okay, like this is where we want to be because this dude's not good. So he hasn't looked good the past couple of years. They don't have nobody. But anyways, this backup quarterback, I can't think of his name. I can't even find him on the freaking roster. Anyways, he's pretty good. I think he has potential. So if he can show out the next couple weeks, I think
Anthony Richardson.
I think he's going to be the one that saves Dan Mullen's job. Because
they're going to have to win out.
Oh yeah.
If they lose another game, that man's gone.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, look out for him. Somebody said that he might be going back to Mississippi State. I don't see that happening. You don't go from Gainesville, at least head coaching wise. You're not going to go from Gainesville to Mississippi State.
We haven't even seen Mike Leach's recruits come through yet.
No,
he's set where he's at.
Yeah, this will be his. I think the recruiting class coming in for next year, that's going to be his class. So we'll see how it goes. I did see where he said they're going to have open tryouts for.
I did see that for kicking.
You
ready? You going to go down there?
No, I think. Remember Jish? Remember you said we were going to try to train Jish? Remember?
Yeah, we went to the old high school field, kicked some field goals for community college. Wasn't bad. No. He had a mean 20-yarder. I'm telling you.
Yeah, we need if we can get him back into shape. I think we got a future kicker on our hands. So some matchups that I'm looking for in the weekend. I think our Thursday night game, we have Pitt and North Carolina. If the same North Carolina shows up that showed up Saturday, that might turn out to be a pretty good little game.
That's going to be a really good game.
Pitt's favored by 6.5. Should be a good ball game. It's at Pittsburgh. Maybe they'll pull out those pretty like yellow and like light blue jerseys. I love those jerseys. Should be a good little ball game.
Kenny Two Gloves. That guy's pretty good.
Yeah.
Kenny Two Gloves.
Kenny Two Gloves. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. And in the game I'm looking forward to because I'm putting all my eggs in the Baylor basket this week is Baylor and Oklahoma.
Same.
Oklahoma at Baylor.
Baylor's going to upset them.
Dave Aranda knows the Oklahoma offense. We shut them down in the Peach Bowl a couple years ago. I think Dave Aranda knows what to expect because I feel like similarities to Jalen Hurts and what's his name? Not Spencer Rattler, the one that replaced Spencer Rattler.
Caleb Williams.
Yeah, Williams. So I think similarities. So I think he knows what to do. Baylor's been playing good too. So I think to me that's a good game. We got Georgia at Tennessee. Probably going to be a big atmosphere for Tennessee, but I don't see Georgia's defense struggling at all. I see Georgia's offense struggling.
I think it's closer than people think. I think Tennessee covers that 20-point spread.
Yeah. It's going to be one of those like slow ball games, and somehow Georgia's ends up winning. Like
the run game is going to wear down Tennessee at the end, and they'll take it away at the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those weird, long, slow defensive games.
Yeah.
And it might end up being like 28-6 or something, just something weird. The next one I circled just because I have hope, but because of the way they've been playing, but it's Purdue at Ohio State. I kind of hope that Purdue can show up and
I mean, the way Nebraska played Ohio State, I got Purdue's can be all over that.
Yeah. And they're not bad. I mean, decent team.
Is it at Ohio State?
Yeah, it's at Ohio State, 2:30 kickoff.
3:30.
3:30. Yeah, I guess. So what do they call it? The shoe, like the horseshoe, their stadium. Yeah. So I don't know. I think if Purdue is known to slay these kind of games, they've been doing it all year. So maybe we can get it. I hope so. And the way, like I said, if Ohio State play like they did last week, they're going to struggle. But I have a little bit of faith in Purdue. Maybe, they're 20-point underdog. They may not win, but that could be a good cover play right there, depending on what you want to do. And then my last one, of course, you got to go down to Oxford. College game day, big weekend in Oxford. Texas A&M at Ole Miss.
This is going to sound really stupid, but this is either going to be a close game or a blowout. And I know there's no other option, but it's like, I don't think this is going to be like your normal boring 10-point game. I think Ole Miss's defense is starting to step up.
Mm-hmm.
We held Liberty to 14 points, I think. Yeah. 9 sacks, 3 interceptions. Pretty decent. And I think we're starting to get healthy. If we can get our receivers back, I think we've got a decent chance to cover that spread. I think A&M ends up winning the game in the end because that defense is just absolutely insane. You can hold Auburn to 3 points is wild, but the fact that it's not in A&M also helps Ole Miss's argument because A&M's a very hard place to play.
Yes,
I think it's a good game. It's either a good game or Ole Miss is still too banged up and it's going to be a blowout.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I got Texas A&M to win this game is because of the injuries.
Yeah.
I think a healthy Ole Miss team puts
up a fight. At least puts up a fight.
Comes out hot and can possibly win this game. Texas A&M's look good. The defense looks good, so we'll see. But I like Texas A&M just because of the injuries. I think the environment's going to be good. I think Ole Miss is going to come out hot, ready. I'm sure we'll see the powder blues.
For sure.
And then we'll have to go from there. It's going to be a nice day. The high is 50 and the sun is out. It's going to be a beautiful day for football.
Take me to God's country.
You're in God's country, dude. Athens, MF,
You're right,
Georgia.
Baby. You're right, baby.
Let's see. Texas A&M favorite by 2.5. The over-under is 56. That could be high the way they were playing last week. I don't know.
Or it could be very low with that defense of A&M's.
That's what
I'm not touching the over-under. There's no telling.
It's one of those games where like, Ole Miss and Texas A&M, this is going to be a 70-point game, and it comes out being like a 55 or 45-point game. I don't like that at all. Should be a good game, though. I'm excited. Other than that, anything else that popped out to you? Miami, Florida State game could be a good ball game.
Miami's starting to look a little better.
Miami is starting to look better. I hope Florida State wins that just for J Bank's sake.
Poor
RIP J Bank.
Rough year for him.
Has been a rough year.
Dame Lillard's
It's been a rough year for most people, though. It's been a really weird year. Other than that, Wake Forest and North Carolina State. Wake's a 1.5-point favorite. I think Wake Forest can blow them out.
NC State, you said?
Yeah, NC State. NC State beat State, Mississippi State.
Yeah, NC State's not bad, but
they've been struggling. This might be a play. Texas is a 30.5-point favorite over Kansas.
Kansas can cover that.
They
were close to Oklahoma.
Kansas State ended up beating them 35-10. I think that was a big spread last week against them. I was like, rivalry game, go with Kansas, but it's 35-10. I actually, they might have still covered. It might have been a 30-point spread. Anything else for this weekend? I don't think so. I'm looking at all the games. Maine and UMass will be a pretty good game. I'm just kidding. There's not even a line on that game. Maine's probably going to destroy them.
I love when there's not even a line on the game.
Dude, I would love just to be like a defensive line coach for Maine. That would be just an awesome job.
pretty up there.
It is like I've always wanted to go up like the Maine and Connecticut in the fall. I heard it's really nice. Let's see here. We got some action on tonight. I'm not looking. We're trying to come back. Other than that, no. Cincinnati should blow South Florida out. They're a 23.5-point favorite. South Florida's just not that good. But Cincinnati's been struggling.
Rutgers, Indiana. I think Rutgers covers that 7-point spread.
I think so too. Rutgers was a good team to bet on early on in the season. They were keeping it close to a lot of people.
They started off like 4-0 against the spread.
Yeah, they looked real good. Clemson,
Louisville, Syracuse, that'll be good.
3-point game for Louisville. How did Louisville do last week? They were a game to watch last week. They lost to Clemson 30-24. So they kept that spread was.
That's a high point game for Clemson.
It is. I want to say that spread was low. It was like 3.5. So Clemson ended up covering that. Will Clemson cover the 41 points against UConn?
God, I hope so.
UConn, man, that's
I don't know. I don't know if their offense can put up that many because UConn's not scoring on that defense.
No,
that may be the play is to take UConn because I don't think Clemson can put up that many points.
Over under 51. Under,
yeah.
Because if Clemson's going to beat UConn, Clemson's going to beat them 41-0. They're not going to beat them 51-0.
I'm surprised that's 51.
That's very high. I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna write that down.
Might be a play.
Might be a lock, honestly. Let me write that down real quick. Clemson, UConn.
We say that it's gonna be like 70-3.
Yeah, and it'll be like that because we did it. And Clemson offense looked booty all year. Oh, I forgot Michigan and Penn State.
Oh yeah,
that may end up being a decent game. It's at Penn State. So that's what we got. That's something good.
That's a big game for Michigan.
Michigan's a 1.5-point favorite, and that's too small. If that went to 3, I'd go Penn State, but I don't know. Penn State could end up winning that upright. I mean, who knows?
For sure.
What's the money line at the numbers? Plus 100. That might be the play right there. Plus 100. I like that. I like those numbers. I mean, it's a safe little bet because who knows? Michigan, I don't know. Michigan's one of those teams that we've talked about. Like, I can't tell if they're good or not.
I think if that Michigan State-Michigan game was at Michigan wins that.
Yeah, that's like
I think Michigan's a good team.
I do too, I guess. Their defense is actually pretty solid.
And they can run the ball. That's huge.
And they what uniform combo did they do this year that was new? I think it was the all navy blue. I kind of dig that. And then the white on navy blue. I kind of dig the navy blue pants too. Those are new. I like those. What else? I think that's it for this weekend. LSU Arkansas for the boot trophy. I think Arkansas is going to beat us by a touchdown. 59. That's a lot.
Goodness, that is a lot.
I might need to write that down too.
A lot of overs.
What else? That's it. Let's move on to the NFL. Last weekend, wild for the Underdogs.
Super wild. Messed all my parlays up.
Yeah, and I was like confident. And I had a few just like 2-3 game parlays. I was like, oh, these are going to hit, and did not hit at all. And the freaking story of the weekend was Josh Allen having a heck of a game, but it wasn't the Josh Allen we knew. It was the Josh Allen from the freaking Jaguars.
Well, you know why it was? Why they stunk? This Manning curse is real.
The Manning curse?
Have you heard about the Manning curse?
I haven't. Explain.
Oh, my God, dude. So Monday night with Manning, every guest that they've had on that's in the NFL has lost the week after.
So we've had Josh Allen.
Travis Kelce was the first one. They lost week 2. Russell Wilson lost and got injured.
Ooh.
Then we had Rob Gronkowski. Buccaneers lost.
And
Matthew
Tom
Stafford.
Brady.
Matthew Stafford after that lost week 4. Tom Brady was on and lost. And then you put Josh Allen on there next week, lost. Every single player has lost the week after being on the Manning cast.
So no Manning cast this past Monday.
Nope.
When's the next Manning cast?
Should be this next week, right?
I would think so. They'd hit like a week or two off and they come back. So whoever the guest is, we need to get a guest list that day, and whoever
bet against them
or betting against them the next week.
That's crazy. So like Brady beat the Madden curse once he got on the cover. He actually won and didn't get injured. So like that curse had to go somewhere, and it just floated over there to the Mannings.
It reincarnated through the heads and the minds of the Mannings.
That's a wild stat. Everybody was saying like, "Oh no, Josh Allen! Oh no, Josh Allen!" But it was a joke because it's Josh Allen. Like he's so good. He's obviously going to beat the Jaguars. That's wild.
I did see where Eli Manning, because of the double bird, he's getting like I don't want to say a lawsuit, but like a file suit or something getting on him. So he might get in trouble.
What's that thing called that does the TV like?
Yeah, I can't remember the exact term for that.
It's not the CDC is the health one. What's the FDC or
something
like that? I know.
Yeah, I was like, oh dang, because that was how long ago? About almost a month ago.
I know. Then they had Marshawn Lynch on there dropping the F-bomb.
Yeah, they knew what they were getting into. We've already talked about that. Very weird weekend. Colts, I had faith in the Jets, and the freaking Carson Wentz somehow is a good quarterback when I bet against him.
When he wants to be.
Browns blowing out the Bengals. So was Odell the problem?
Yes.
I think so.
Yes.
I still cheer for Odell, and I don't hate Odell, but
there's nothing against Odell.
Yeah, he has an ego. I mean,
it's the system.
Yeah, it's
it's a young quarterback in Baker Mayfield whose system is to hand the ball off and play off the play action.
Yeah.
Odell Beckham is a spread them out, let's run screens, let's run slants, take them 60 yards. And when you had a young quarterback in Baker who's stressing to get him the ball, he's not a good enough quarterback to force feed one receiver. He's got to hit his progressions. By the time he gets to Odell, Odell's locked up, throws it away, Odell gets mad.
Yeah, it was. We'll talk about him in just a second because there's not much to recap besides Dak coming out kind of slow, lose the
What the heck was
Broncos. That? I don't know. This is the first game that the Cowboys lost the spread. They're now 7.
They were undefeated.
Spread. Sloppy game. I think he was just trying to get his feet wet. I don't know.
It's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy theory, and I'm starting it. You know why?
Why? Give it to me.
What's his name? Jerry Jones, the owner.
Yes.
Came out and said he had a meeting with Mike McCarthy, and they went over the whole game plan. And Jerry said, "All right, what are we doing on first down? What are we doing on second downs? How are we attacking this?" Why would he want to know that information other than to sell it to somebody else? Over there in Denver,
make his own bag. Yeah.
Give them their game plan. Why would he want? Why does he need to know that information?
I'm still not 100% convinced that I don't even say NFL. The professional sports are not rigged in its own, because I've seen Peaky Blinders and I know what they do. Like and the New York and the mob still exists to this day. So you don't. I mean, you can't trust anybody. Heck, it can even leak down in college nowadays. Like, hey, I'm Al Capone's great nephew and I own Allstate. Hey, by the way, Allstate's going to pay you $500,000, but if you want an extra $200,000, we need you to drop that touchdown pass. It can happen. Like it's
obvious from that Monday night game.
Yeah, the Monday night game was absolutely wild. That referee needs to be fired.
Yes, he needs to.
Everyone see that referee play? A Bears guy was running off the field, and the referee backed up and threw a shoulder, and then the referee threw the flag. Like, what?
He had his hand on the flag ready, and it was slowly backing up, and then bumped into him, let it fly.
I was so baffled when I saw that. I was like, that dude has to be fired.
I said it was taunting because the dude got cut by the Steelers last year and made a game-winning sack, so he's going to be hyped, and he looked over to their sideline. He said that's what he was calling, but throw the flag then. Don't throw it when he's running the other direction towards his sideline and you bump into him.
Yeah, it was. Let's see. Falcons upset the Saints. Chiefs with the weird win against the Packers, but the Packers couldn't score. They didn't have their guy.
Chiefs still can't cover.
Chiefs still can't cover. Chiefs
Love betting against them.
And the next one to me is the Titans pretty much blowing out the Rams.
Yeah, come on.
It ended up being a 6-point game, but still 21 points in the second quarter, 21-3 going into halftime. I'm like, holy cow.
So are the Titans the real deal, or is this just a good couple weeks?
I think the Titans are the real deal.
Because the Rams are a good team.
Yeah, I think the Titans are legit. I think we forget about it. I think it's like early on in the season, they didn't look good, but once you find your stride, it's like their playoff run a few years ago. They found their stride. And
are they hitting it too early? They just worry me this year. I don't feel confident with the Titans this year.
I'm just not going to bet on them. How about that?
Yeah, I'm not touching them.
But that's it. Ooh, breaking news: Georgia linebacker Adam Anderson turns himself into police, charged with felony rape. Don't know who that is.
Yeah, he got accused of it last week. He got suspended last week.
Oh,
he was leading the team in sacks.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Oh well, you still got Nakobe Didadine out there.
He's such a stud.
God, he's built like a Mack truck too. What else? All right, this weekend, the Thursday night game, Ravens and Dolphins. Should be an ugly game. It's supposed to thunderstorm.
Give me the Ravens.
I like the Ravens though. It looks like it's going to be thunderstorming. So 46.5 over under. Play that.
Lamar Jackson over rushing yards in that case.
Yes. Good player out there, Smitty. Cowboys and Falcons. I think this is a bounce back for the Cowboys. Yep. I think after last week, whatever, Falcons aren't going to upset two people in a row. I like the Cowboys. Saints and Titans.
Good. I think that's a good game.
We'll see.
Titans win.
The Saints have a good defense. So
yes,
we'll see how that offense can handle that. But the Rams also have a good defense, and you saw what happened to them. What else? Jaguars, Colts.
Staying away from that one.
Yeah, because I don't know if the Colts are good or not. Every time if I bet for them, they get beat. If I bet against them, they blow the other team out. So I don't know. Browns in New England. New England at home. New England's favored 2. I don't know.
That's. They're both looking good at the same time.
They are. We'll see how big of a problem Odell was that game. I think. I don't know.
I think you got to go with Bill Belichick in that case.
I think so too. Bills and Jets. We'll see. I mean, we'll see.
Give me the Bills.
I do think the Bills bounce back. Lions and Steelers.
The Lions have to get a win at some point.
This is the game for the
Steelers
Lions.
off a short week.
This is the game, and somehow the Steelers, and I guess I just lose track of teams, but the Steelers are somehow just not, or just somehow like a decent team. So I don't know. I'm confused. I'm looking at the Lions schedule. They go at Pittsburgh, at Cleveland, Chicago, Minnesota, Denver, Arizona, Atlanta, Seattle, Green Bay. They're going to beat Green Bay in that last game of the year. I can see them beating Chicago. I mean, Chicago looks like they're finding their stride, but I don't know. I guess we can hope for the Atlanta game. I don't know. I want the Lions to win a game so bad.
They got to win. Yeah, they got to win one of them at least.
I just like Dan Campbell, man. I like him. I hope he gets.
He is a one of a kind.
If he gets fired for this year, they're stupid because I think he's the
won't.
guy. I think he's the guy.
They've been right there in multiple games against very good opponents.
They get a few good players and they buy in. Like I feel like they've already bought into him and get a couple of good players, a couple of playmakers. You buy them in, and then bam, you're right there.
It's hard to get free agents to go there though.
Yeah. Even though I do like they have one of the best mascots, the lion, and then they have, to me, two of those colors, that color scheme they got. I love that color scheme. And they play on Thanksgiving every year, don't they? So there you go. I mean, you probably, if you hate your family, there you go. You go to Detroit, you move your family to Detroit. That's how you hate somebody, and then you play on Thanksgiving Day. Speaking of that, I'm sorry for Thanksgiving. God. I saw a TikTok of some mac and cheese earlier, and it just
I'm stuffing.
That noise, man. Just ready to, and then some sweet potato casserole. Oh. What else? Buccaneers at Washington football team.
Washington played them very well last year. Almost beat them there at the end of the season. And it's basically the same teams.
Yeah, but not the same defense for some reason. On paper it is, but their defense just has not stepped up. Like I said, this week, I mean, just nothing stands out. Vikings and Chargers.
That should be a very good one.
Eagles and Broncos. Denver favored. I think Eagles sneak in to win this game.
I agree.
Broncos coming off a high in the Mile High City. Oh, dude, Denver, Colorado. Sunny, partly cloudy, sunny, or sunny. High 62, dude. That's got to be nice weather up there. Is 62 cold in Denver? No. I'm just curious on why it's 50 in Mississippi, but 60 in maybe because they're closer to the sun. Maybe that's what it is, because they're the Mile High City. Oh, Smitty. Seahawks, Packers. Guess what might be happening that game? A little bit of snow. No, a little bit of snow.
Oh.
That's going to be fun to watch. I love a good snow game.
In Green Bay?
In Green Bay.
I
yes. Aaron Rodgers back after Aaron Rodgers lied to the vaccinated community. He can be back. That fraud of a man. Oh, Russell Wilson back?
Yep.
Okay. I saw he's on worker. What he hurt, his pinky or his thumb?
His index finger, right?
Index finger. Oh, he can't point. So getting into that, just some news. Where's Odell going to play next year? I saw it was narrowed down to 3, kind of. Kansas City, New Orleans, and Green Bay. What do you think?
I saw Patriots, Saints, Packers.
Every reporter is putting out 3 teams. That's the first one I saw today, and that's what I wrote down, was Kansas City, Nola, Green Bay, and I'm sure there's 6 other teams.
There's like 2 reports I saw that Bill Belichick is trying his hardest out to get him.
Adam Schefter did a tweet. He pretty much tweeted of who had the cap space for them, and it was like Kansas, New Orleans, Green Bay, and then like a couple other New England.
They only need $517,000.
Yeah,
because the Browns are paying the other half. The Packers already offered them $540, I think. They offered that today. We haven't heard anything back though.
Would you move to Green Bay for $540,000
to catch passes from Aaron Rodgers and to take? And you know that your Davante Adams is getting the double teams. Yes.
That is true. I don't know. I mean, yes, he's still a top receiver in the league, I guess you could say. But I mean, I don't know. I'm just not like looking forward to it, I guess. I guess it's bigger news than what I'm not making it out to be, because it's Odell. It's like, because the NFL really doesn't have any cool like free agency stuff going on in the middle of the year. So I guess this is kind of exciting. Yeah, I see Green Bay. I mean,
Green Bay makes the most sense.
Good chance to win it all. Kansas City, however you want to think, if they turn it up or not, I don't know. New Orleans, just because they need some offensive help, maybe.
He's not going to go there. They ain't got no quarterback to throw to him.
No, they don't. Who'd you say? New England? I could see New England too, because I feel like it's like an Antonio Brown situation.
It shows that he's willing to go to a place to buy into a culture.
Yeah.
Which looks good for next year, because this is just a 1-year rental, basically. So he needs to make a plan for what he wants to do long term. And if you go to New England and prove that you can buy into the Patriot way, it looks really good. That's the only reason it makes sense to me.
Yeah, we'll see. I guess hopefully we hear something this week.
You're supposed to hear something today. It was weird we didn't.
It'll be very O'Delly if
O'Delly, I like that.
O'Delly, if we hear something like Sunday afternoon at 2:00, that would be kind of fun to watch. What else? Aaron Rodgers coming back. He had to pay a fine for the whole vaccination thing, however you want to play that. Was that blown out of proportion?
Yes.
Okay. It's not a political.
You know how many people are not vaccinated in the NFL?
Yeah, and that's my point. Is I guess it's him because it's him.
Yeah.
But I thought him going to the Pat McAfee show was pretty cool. He kind of aired it all out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Pat texted him, was like, "Hey, if you want to clear up any of these fake rumors, feel free to come on." He's like, "Let's do it."
Yeah. I did like how State Farm was like, "Yeah, we're not cutting his endorsement because he has his freedoms." I was like, bravo to State Farm.
They're always there.
They're always there when they need you. But yeah, I thought it was blown out of proportion too. Because anyways, whatever. So I'm just glad I'm not the only one. What else in the NFL? I think the Sunday night football game may be a decent game with the Raiders and Chiefs in Las Vegas. So we get a primetime game in Vegas. Chiefs haven't been playing well. Raiders coming off a loss. So maybe we can get a good game. I hope so.
It's either going to be a shootout or a very ugly game.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's a shootout.
I hope it's a shootout too. There's nothing better than a shootout in prime time in Vegas, man. Whoa. That's never mind. Too soon. There's a lot going on. I mean, we had the massacre and all. Anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways, let me put it this way. We want fireworks in Vegas on a Sunday night. That's what we want. We want fireworks.
There we go. Hey, cut that out.
Yeah, cut that. I don't care. Dan Brazilian will have our back. He went to his hotel room to grab his gun. What else? Sunday night might be a good game. I don't know. There's just hadn't been a good game to stand out for me the past couple weeks in the NFL.
We don't know anything this year. Every team is just like, yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing is I feel like it's just kind of all over the place. In 2 weeks or a week from, I guess in 2 weeks we get Cowboys and Chiefs. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
How is that not the Sunday night game? The Sunday night game is the Steelers and Chargers. It's literally still going to be
Steelers getting their prime time in.
Yeah, they are. I've been noticing that this year too. I feel like I'll watch a team on Monday night, and then I feel like that team is also on the Sunday night.
Yeah,
there was 2 weeks where I think it's the Rams. They played 2 weeks in a row at night primetime games.
I think the Chargers did too at the beginning.
It's kind of weird. I don't like that. What else? I don't think that's it. I think that's it. Ravens, Dolphins Thursday night, tomorrow night, or tonight, whenever we drop this. Lamar Jackson over rushing yards. Remember that. Write that down. Scratch that down. What else? You want to get into the locks of the week?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's snake draft it. Let's do 3 picks a piece. So it's just 2 of us. You got 3?
I can give you 3.
I can give you 2, and I can search my other 3. I had a couple written down, but I lost it. I left my notepad at the freaking school. Are you kidding me? I'll start, and I'm sure me and you both might be on this one. But I'm going to go Baylor in college football. Baylor plus 5.5. That's my lock.
I didn't take it, but I do like that. I may end up taking that. I may put that in a parlay or something.
To me, this is the biggest test Oklahoma's had all year. And Baylor's hot. Dave Aranda's a freaking defensive genius. And I think he knows. He's seen this offense before. And we all know Lincoln Riley's about to be in Baton Rouge soon. I think Baylor upsets Oklahoma. And I'm actually surprised this is at 5.5. And I think it's just because of the points that Oklahoma could put up. But I figured it'd been like a 2.5, 3 kind of game. But my first lock is Baylor plus 5.5. Your turn, Smitty.
All right. I've already locked this one in because as soon as I saw it, I said I had to take that. And I've taken it probably 5 times this year. But I'm taking the under in the Georgia-Tennessee game at 56.5.
Okay. I like that.
That's very high.
That is high.
I don't think they've touched 50 all year. It may be a trap. I mean, they may know something that I don't know, but I just feel like that's ridiculously high. So I went ahead and locked that one in.
They always know something you don't know. And that's why we play the game. That's why we play the game.
And if you want to do it just live bet it, just wait until, say, Tennessee kicks a field goal, and then or if it's 0-0 or something happens, you can get it even better odds.
Isn't live betting so much easier than?
I've made so much more money live betting than I have covering the spread.
It's literally the only way to make money, and I love live betting. All right, my second one, and I'm trying to look at the odds here to see what's better. Oh, the spread for Wake Forest just went up to 2. No, it didn't. 1.5. All right, so I'm taking Wake Forest minus 1.5. I think they handle NC State very well. Defense is going to struggle, but the good thing about that is NC State's offense is okay.
Wake's offense outscores NC's offense.
Yeah, and that's all he wants.
Yeah.
That's all he wants. And 1.5 is very low for, I think, what's going to be kind of a touchdown kind of game. So I'm taking a Wake Forest minus 1.5. Smitty, you go.
Give me Miami minus 2.5 at Florida State. Touched on this earlier. Miami is hot right now. Going with the hot hand. Florida State's looked trash all year. Maybe have had one good game. Feel pretty confident in that lock.
Okay. My last one, and I might get some hate for this one, but I'm just doing what my gut's telling me to do. I'm going Texas A&M minus 2.5.
Oh, dude, come on.
Dude, I know. I'm sorry.
I hate you, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
And just so you know, I'm doing it strictly because of injuries. I think they control this game pretty well.
I may end up taking that bet with you just because if Ole Miss wins, I'm ecstatic. If Ole Miss loses, I make money.
Yeah. The first and only time I ever bet on LSU was LSU Florida 2018 when Joe Burrow threw his first pick of the season. Oh yeah. God, talk about blood pressure. Oh my God, I was livid. So I don't bet on them anymore. Yeah, I'm going to take Sam 2.5 just because of injuries. I think the game's close. But I think Texas A&M kind of pulls away and maybe wins by like 4. I think Ole Miss is going to hang in there, but I think it's going to be a close game. But 2.5, I think, field goal, 4 points, whatever the case may be. What's your last one?
Switching over to the NFL.
Okay.
Give me Monday night. Los Angeles Rams minus 4 against the San Francisco 49ers.
I like that.
Bounce back game for the Rams.
I think it is a bounce back game, and it's going to be I'm going blank. Von Miller's first game with them.
It will be.
So it's going to be electric Monday night.
Yeah.
I like that, Bill. I like that play.
I don't think Jimmy G's had an amazing year, and I think that defense is just too much for him.
Yes. I'm gonna give you one NFL pick. The only one that I thought I actually looked into this game. I did my research. Okay. I'm looking at.
You put it in your model?
I'm not a big data guy, but I'm looking at the data here.
Your model gave you a pick?
Yes. I'm going numbers, strictly numbers. I'm going to go Cowboys minus 9 against the Falcons.
Ooh.
Dallas is 7-1 against the spread. This is a home game in Dallas. I think Dak got that game under his belt last week. The only thing that's bothering me is Amari Cooper being questionable. But I have a lot of faith in Dallas's defense against the Falcons. No Ridley. Key in on Pitts. Key in on Cordell Patterson. By the way, good pickup in fantasy. Great pickup.
Killing it lately.
Key those two guys. I think they're good. So I'm taking Dallas minus 9 with the data. If I get this bet wrong, it's not me getting the bet wrong. It's me.
It's the numbers.
It's the numbers. So don't listen to me. Don't be mad at me. Be mad at the numbers. Also, if I can find it, I would like to see Lamar Jackson's rushing yard total for that game too. I might have to dive into FanDuel for that one.
I'll tell you right now.
That's a good over if depending on how it is. The weather said it's going to be thunderstorming. So keep that in mind. I know sometimes it doesn't affect games at all, but
63.5.
Oh, take that. Lock that in right now, actually.
Think so? That's a lot.
That
63?
Is a lot. He's going for at least 70. He's going for 70. You got to think 70. Like you have, let's say, like second play of the game, it's second and long. Okay. We got a nice little. We got a how you gonna call it, fly or go route. We got a post. We got to dig across the middle of the field, and then we have maybe a safe guy, maybe a little drag. Okay, good protection. Sees nothing on one of his right sides, his right side. If you're looking at him, he's going for at least 30 right there. So you gotta get in the game. Sometimes to bet the game, you got to be the game. To bet the game, you got to be the game. What did we miss? Are we good? We didn't recap the entire weekend because it was just not a great weekend for us, right? So we're not gonna worry about that negativity. Anything else, Smitty? I like that hat, by the way.
Thanks, bro. Am I going hunting or am I going to the game? You don't know.
I don't know. I do know that Bowling Green is a step up.
They do. All right, tell the people what we took tonight in action.
All right, so we did. What's today? Wednesday. We did Wednesday. We did a Mac Dog parlay. Last week, my Monday night or Tuesday night, it was my Tuesday night Mac Dog parlay. It hit. Won big. Not really big, but I won pretty big. And then tonight, my Mac Dog, we went Bowling Green plus 11. We went Northern Illinois plus 2.5. That game's tied up right now, by the way. And then we went Kent State plus 2.5. If you don't know much about the MAC, let me tell you this. Don't let Kent State's 5-4 record fool you.
Records don't matter in the MAC.
It doesn't. That offense is legit at Kent State. Young offensive mind head coach, and they have some last week's jersey. Did you watch the game last week at all?
Yeah.
They look just like the San Diego Chargers did. Or excuse me, LA Chargers. Good young offense is freaking their quarterback, Dustin Crum, unbelievable quarterback. So if you ever want to get on some MAC games, Toledo and Kent State, that's all you need to know. We need Bowling Green to step it up, though.
We're good on Kent State right now.
We're good on Kent State. Kent State's up 14-7.
Where are we at on Ball State?
Ball State tied up 17-17 in the halftime.
Let's go.
We're at halftime with Toledo and Bowling Green, so might see Bowling Green step it up a little bit.
All right, I'm feeling good then. Let's do this thing.
We're down 25. We just need a couple scores.
Oh God, we're down 25.
Yeah, we're down 25. Man, the MAC, dude, I love MAC football. It's my favorite. It's so like dysfunctional. It's just so fun to watch. It's like going to a really good high school game. Oh, by the way, Northern Illinois had a guy from Memphis.
Really?
I forgot what his name was. Pretty good little guy. Oh, by the way, Northern Illinois' quarterback has the best name in college football. You ready for this? Rocky Lombardi.
Love that. And he's got the bleach blonde mullet.
Did you watch that game last week?
Yeah, I did.
I thought did you see where he died?
Yes.
I thought he died.
Yes.
He was not moving. He was laying there. And
I bet them that game.
I was like, I literally just watched a man lose his life on national TV. But he got back up. He came back from halftime and he was up, and I was like, whew, thank God. Because I didn't know how to react to that. We just need Bowling Green. We need to score 2 touchdowns right here. We got it. Anything else?
I think we covered it all.
I think me and Smitty just handled this biz.
I think we did.
See you guys next week. Love you. Peace.